What's going on, guys? This is episode 10 for Fantasy's sake.
Yep, in this episode, we're going to be reviewing the usual stuff. It's a pretty short episode again this week. We'll be doing our Attaboy, close games, trades, and more. So stay tuned.
Let's do it.
Jumping into the trades, there's only two this week, and actually...
Both by me.
My co-host Johnny was involved in both of them. I'll review the first one, and then he'll review the second one. The first one, a pretty big one, with Andrew. Doesn't typically trade that much.
Yeah, no, not at all.
He sent you Russell Wilson, Marquise Brown, Devontae Parker, Miles Sanders, all for Kyler and Amari.
Yeah, pretty solid, actually.
It's a solid trade for both of you. I feel like it's like developmental people for you.
And I got rid of D-Hop, who's been injury prone, and it was just ruled out for this Sunday.
And that's the second trade.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's the second trade. Second trade, I'm trading away not Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
In return, I get David Montgomery coming off the injured reserve.
Yep, so he had Kyler and D-Hop on the same team, just like last year.
For a week.
And in the same week, he traded them both away. And those are the only two trades this week.
Yeah,
so
that's really it. Not too much going on. The close games of week number 10, we have Danger Russ versus Adrian with a 7.9 margin.
Yeah, that's the closest one we got. I mean, this episode we're gonna be able to fly through a bunch of this stuff. And then the biggest blowout, we'll be showing both of them right here.
Yep.
Craven versus Baller, Alex. Another tough week for him. It's probably a developmental week again. 38.17 points. Craven is now in first place.
Yeah, kind of underrated.
By the way.
Underrated roster. Really
two losses. One is thanks to me.
Yeah.
But he's in first, and I'm not. So
okay, and he's in my division too. So you know, my season kind of over. But we'll see. Anything can happen. I might be able to sneak in. Moving forward, we have Attaboy. Players who did really good and usually aren't superstars. Just give them a little pat on the back. We have who do we have?
Ramondre Stevenson. He started the week on concussion protocol. I thought he wasn't going to play, so I started Brandon Bolden. And by the time it all came around, he started and he took off.
He did. Yeah, he did really solid.
24 touches, produced 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And you ended up picking him up.
Yeah, I picked him up right after the game started, and so he sat on my bench. It's okay, and I lost anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I think if I started him, it would have been closer, but I think I still would have lost.
Yeah, who knows? I mean,
who knows?
It's all luck. So.
And yes, Sean did beat me. He's in third. I'm in fourth now. And actually, with that, we'll be showing our standings and power rankings right here. Not much. There's a couple of jumpers, a little bit of movers. I mean, not much. There's not much of a difference.
No. Not too.
Other than a few.
Nothing crazy. I'm still at the bottom of the leaderboard here.
Mason's there in power rankings still, but he's had a couple tough weeks. His team is decent. Maybe he'll be able to throw together something.
It's looking better though. After I made that trade with him, his team looks pretty solid.
Yeah.
So we'll see moving forward.
Yep. Now we're going to be jumping into our to start or to bench. This is the section where we typically tell you when we're going to start players or we're going to bench them.
Yeah.
Obviously. So, based on the matchups this week, who are your starts?
I'm starting James Conner in a comeback game. Even though he put up 13 points, which was pretty solid, I just think that he's a more dominant running back than that, and I feel like him against Seattle, a kind of weaker defense, he's going to do pretty solid. Another start for me, I have Alvin Kamara. Hopefully he's going to play. He's looking to come back off an injury after missing last week, and he's playing Philadelphia, which is a pretty weak defense. So hopefully he can come back and do really well. So we'll see.
Yep.
Definitely the start.
And I'm going to start Michael Carter versus Miami. He's a Jet. He's one of these up and coming rookies on my favorite team.
He looks really good.
And Miami's defense kind of struggles a little bit with the running game, and he's a weapon in the backfield, honestly. He doesn't just run the ball. His yards per carry is pretty good. But, yeah, he's pretty decent. And then I'm going to start Amari Cooper versus Kansas City. I feel like they're going to probably focus heavily on CeeDee Lamb.
No, I would think so. I mean, you'd be stupid not to. Look at the game he put up last week.
But Amari Cooper's super talented, too, and they don't have enough defensive weapons in the secondary to cover both of them. And I think Amari Cooper's going to break out for this game.
Yeah.
And what about your sits?
My sits, I'm sitting Zach Moss against Indy. They have DeForest Buckner on the defensive tackle spot, who's fantastic. And the whole defensive front is really good. And Zach Moss is really touchdown dependent because his touches aren't that good. He's a short yardage back, and they don't run the ball that much. He hasn't been playing very well as of recent, but I'm going to go with the sit for him for this week. Another sit, I'm going with Ty Johnson on the Jets. So another Jet connection here against Miami. He usually is the pass catcher on the running back group, but with Joe Flacco starting this week, he doesn't typically pass to the running backs as the stats show. I just don't like his matchup with Joe Flacco at quarterback. He was better with Zach Wilson, pretty much every other quarterback on that roster. So I'm going to go with the sit for this week.
Yep, and for my sits, I'm going to start off with a hot one, Saquon versus the Bucks. He's recovering from an injury.
Yep.
Simple enough. The Bucks are a really great defense, and it's on a Monday night game, and I feel like the Giants don't typically do well on prime time.
The Giants haven't won a single primetime game in, I think, 3 years, if not more than that. So
that's tough.
That's saying
and
something.
He's recovering from an injury, and it's not like I think that he's going to get all the touches and play bad. I think he's not going to get enough touches, and he won't have enough touches to play better.
Yeah.
So I would go with the sit for him just to let him recover from injury, and the Bucks defense is really good. And then I had Darren Waller versus Cincinnati. This is a pretty big one, but Darren Waller's not the tight end two people talk about. It's crazy to think that, but he's just been dropping a lot this season.
Yeah.
I mean, drops straight up. And now without, someone like Henry Ruggs on the field
to take the top off the defense.
Exactly. They're going to be basically just guarding him the whole time. And
he's their only weapon.
Cincinnati's defense, very underrated, very good this year. Apparently, with all this people in the secondary, a lot of new additions.
Looking to come back after kind of a last couple weeks in Cincinnati. So we'll see.
Exactly. So we'll just have to see what's going on with him. And now we're going to be jumping into our waiver wire pickups. Johnny, who's the first one?
Our first waiver wire pickup is Jeff Wilson. Obviously, their current running back right now, Elijah Mitchell, is dealing with a broken finger, and he's going to be a game-time decision. So we'll see what happens with him. But I definitely want you guys to try and grab him. And if Elijah Mitchell doesn't play this week, he is definitely a start because he's a solid running back. We thought he was going to be the starter going to the season, and Elijah Mitchell just came and took over the spot. So he's definitely going to be a guy to pick up, maybe stash.
Jeff Wilson,
Yeah.
Yeah, and next up we have a surprise one. Not really, because we talked about him last week. Me and you, we were right about him.
Yeah.
Cam Newton's going to be a starter.
We were actually right for once on waiver wire.
Guess what we both did? We both picked him up in different leagues.
Yeah.
So
it worked out.
I'd recommend doing it. He looks better, and he has good weapons, unlike the people he had in New England and before he left Carolina. Yeah. The weapons weren't great, and he was just simple enough, I feel like.
Two end zone plays, 2 touchdowns.
Exactly.
Efficiency at its best right there. That worked really solid. And now he's the complete starter moving forward, playing against his former team. His former head coach.
Is he really?
Yeah, Washington.
Oh, he's playing Washington.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. That is a good detail, yeah.
Playing against the boat. So we'll see what happens there. Moving forward, we have our rivalry games. So get your popcorn ready. We have a water cooler talk rivalry game for this week. Noah versus me. We'll see what happens here.
It's a host battle.
It is, yeah. It's a co-host battle. We'll see what happens with that. And what is our final rivalry game for the week?
Craven versus Jenny. I feel like that's a playoff preview possibly because Jenny's a 6 seed, Craven's a 1 seed. You never know what happens. It's only
anything is possible.
It's only week 10, week 11 here. So it's week 11. So you never know what's gonna happen. And I feel like this is gonna be an exciting matchup. There's 2 teams that have really great stars, and they're obviously putting together great performances. So why not go for them? You know.
I agree.
So yeah, that just about wraps up our video. Thank you
Short
so much for watching. Short and sweet. And actually, we're going to be announcing a couple more things. Nothing really too new, but, there's going to be more tier lists coming out, more TikToks. Our TikTok will be right here. And obviously, we'll also plug our Twitter, also right here. Make sure to like and subscribe. And Johnny, what are some new things? What are some new videos they could be on the lookout for?
Some new videos looking out in the future. We have some, obviously, the tier list coming out. We just posted an MCU tier list that was right here. Right there for you guys, as well as a couple new things coming. Hopefully some movie videos coming out pretty soon.
Star Wars too.
Some Star Wars videos coming out.
Quizzes.
Yeah, a couple quizzes. Anything else?
I mean, we might introduce the song movie show. Who knows? But I feel like we always say we're going to, and it's in development. Just know that.
Exactly.
We don't know when it's coming. We'll make an announcement for that. But
hopefully
for now, hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe right here. Click on that bell. This is an animation. Don't do that. Go and click on the real thing, please, if you're new. And like the video if you liked it. And comment anything that we ask you. Comment some of the questions that we have in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen.
That's really it.
That's really it. Take care.